So, I just watched Dune Part 2. This was easily my most anticipated movie of the year. I think Denis Villeneuve has a flawless track record. He's never made a bad movie before, and I really love the original movie. It was one of my favorite movies of its respective year, and I was very excited to see the continuation of it since it was a very incomplete movie in spite of my love for it. And I was very happy with this movie. This movie is spectacular. But I won't say it's perfection like many people do. I still think it's a great movie. I still think it's one of my favorites from Villeneuve, and it's easily my favorite movie of the year so far. But I'll just get my little nitpicks out of the way real quick because holy shit, everything else about this movie is amazing. So first, I kind of wish there was a little bit more for the new characters to do. Like, we got Florence Pugh, and she's just kind of there as a narrator piece, just expositing some information to the audience, and she doesn't really have much to do otherwise. She's there at the beginning, and she's there at the end for some importance, but she doesn't really have much to do otherwise. Also, Lea Seydoux is in this movie, and she also doesn't really do anything at all. Like, she only has like 3 scenes that happen like in 15 minutes. That's really short for a big star like her. And let's just say that her scenes don't really matter by the end. Like, there's certain things she does for Austin Butler's character that kind of just feel unnecessary once you look back on it. And also, some of that kind of affects the pacing of the movie, which I'll just say that the first film kind of handled its pacing a bit better. It was just trying to set up and immerse you in this universe, and I think it did very well. Here, I think the pacing can be a bit janky at points. That being said, everything else about this movie is damn near perfect. The storytelling is amazing. I thought many turns in this movie were unexpected, and if they were in the original David Lynch movie, I completely forgot about them. I thought there were so many turns that the characters have taken that I'm very interested what's going to happen next. I thought the performances were amazing here, especially Timothée Chalamet, who is just incredible here. He actually kind of makes Paul Atreides badass, which I didn't really think was going to happen from the first film. But I'll just say that once you get to the end of the film, this Paul is not the same as this Paul. There are directions that characters take that I was not expecting, like some villainous turns for characters that I did not expect but really did make them very interesting. I thought what they did with Austin Butler's character was fucking badass. I really loved him in this movie. It is a little bit strange to see him in all that makeup because you could tell that's Austin Butler under there, but I don't know, he looked cool and he was cool in this movie. The action in this movie is really fun and really cool and really badass and looks amazing. I thought the relationship between Chani and Paul was very tragic and sweet, mainly because the chemistry between Zendaya and Timothée Chalamet was great. Really, Chani was kind of the star of the movie, right next to Paul, which for people who were kind of complaining that Zendaya had nothing to do in the first movie, I'm sure you're going to be very happy here. But I think their arcs in the movie really make this movie all the more emotional and tragic and character driven. And by the end, I was very much attached to them as a couple. And this film still looks incredible. It's one of Denis Villeneuve's best looking movies. It has some of his most striking direction. Like, there are some really cool hero shots in this movie. And I struggle to call them hero shots based on context, but like, it's just It's fucking cool. That's really the word I'm going back to with this movie. It's so cool. It's rad as hell. Like, this is one of the best science fiction movies I've seen in a really long time, and Denis Villeneuve still proves that he's one of the best directors working today. I'm gonna get a video ranking all of his movies, and you can for sure tell that this is gonna be high on that list. So, despite all my issues, I don't think they affect my score overall, and I think this is easily one of the best films of the year and one of the best sequels ever made. So for me, I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. And also, it's official. Shields in his universe really don't do dick. Okay, bye.